My name is Ursula Jansen. I'm not only an archaeologist but also a passionate cook, and I've decided, or I was rather convinced by friends, to start this little series about historic cuisine. And in the following weeks I would like to explore with you different kind of recipes from different historic periods. We will start with some ancient Roman cuisine, but we'll also do medieval, ancient Mesopotamian, recipes from medieval Middle East. Today I would like to explore with you a classic ancient Roman recipe, which is stuffed dormice. Yes, you've heard right, stuffed dormice. But as dormice actually are a protected species, of course we are not going to use dormice, but we will recreate that recipe with the same stuffing, just replacing the dormice with slices of meat. But before we start, I would like to introduce you a little bit to Roman cuisine in general, and also to my philosophy about the reproduction of ancient recipes. As we don't have quantities ever in ancient recipes, we have the possibility to be quite creative. Also, sometimes some ingredients are not completely clear or are basically unavailable. So the beauty of reproducing ancient cuisine is not only the strict reproduction, but also to be a little bit creative and also to do things in a way that actually we like it. Because I'm not an extremist in historicity of ancient recipes. I always think people in the past would have made things as tasty for them as well as possible, like we would do. So you won't find things like sand in the dough to get the grindy feel of bread, which is made with flour that was ground by stone mills, or these kind of things. There are some people who do this. You won't find that with me. And plus, I want the recipes to be as reproducible as possible in any normal household. So, a short introduction to the ingredients here. Of course, we have the meat. Then this is very important in Roman cuisine. It is liquamen or garum. They are both versions of more or less the same thing, which is a fish sauce that they used in almost everything. You could call it the ancient Roman ketchup, basically. And as a substitute, you can take Vietnamese or Thai fish sauce, which comes pretty close. We have salt, we have pepper. Pepper, of course, was expensive. It's for the rich. We won't be making poor man's cuisine all the time. I always consider myself, when I do ancient Roman cuisine, not very rich, but not poor either. Let's say we are wine merchants. We have garlic. Garlic is very important as a spice because it was affordable for everybody. We have often recipes called for pine nuts. I like to replace them also for cost reasons with blanched almonds. Olive oil, of course, is very important. In general, the idea of Roman cuisine is to combine as many tastes as possible. In many cuisines you will find, in many recipes, you will find the combination of salty, this fish sauce is very salty, but together with an acid element and a sweet element, often honey or reduced fruit syrup. In this recipe, however, we do not have that sweet and sour option. It is only salty and a little spicy. Good. First, we make a mixture of crushed garlic. I did that already here. We add the blanched almonds or pine nuts if you prefer, and crush the whole thing. It doesn't need to be a fine paste, it can have pieces. That is very fine. That gives some textures to the stuffing. Then you add some of the garum. And some pepper as well, as we're wealthy enough to afford that. And wonderful. This mix then will be added to the minced meat. That is the base of the stuffing for our dormice. You heard right, it is meat filled with meat. Because this is a festive dish. It wasn't an everyday dish, and don't worry, we'll have a lot of vegetarian dishes also in the coming weeks. Now, but for now, we stay meaty. We take some of the stuffing. Well, dormice are rather small animals. I think that will do. And this slice of meat simply replaces those little rodents. You can use basically also other animals to fill. You could do a similar recipe with quails, for example, or with a rabbit to have that rodent factor, but of course a rabbit is much bigger. A dormouse is about that size. And then we simply put these little fake dormice into a terracotta dish to bake them in the oven. The original recipe actually calls for a terracotta tile, but any kind of dish will do. Actually, you can even do them in a pan. We add a little bit of olive oil, as well as some wine. Wine being another very important ingredient of ancient Roman cuisine. And put the whole thing in the oven at about 200 degrees Celsius for, I would give it 40-45 minutes, but just see when it's ready.